Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Simply Selicia. I am sitting here waiting for the BTS On official MV to start. We have about a minute 30 seconds to go. So I am just excited to get into this. I've enjoyed the whole comeback so far. I hope that we've met our goal within like the 24 hours because I'm posting this after. So, good luck out there, Army. Let's go. We can do this. And let's just wait. Okay. All right, Army. Here we go. Music to my ears already. Oh, a battlefield, eh? The Kim Seok-jin. Wow. There's a lot going on. We got like Noah's Ark over here. I know I haven't said anything, I'm just absorbing. I wasn't expecting so much religious imagery. My brain just went, yo, the Night Watch is breaking it down. Okay. This is really interesting. Okay. This is so interesting. No more dream. I have a lot of thoughts. Let me switch this off while we wait for everything to re-upload and stuff. Because there's so much religious imagery and just a lot of like overlying ideas being communicated and not all I'm familiar with, I can't like do a breakdown right now because my head is spinning. But I am excited just to see how things unfold throughout the day, like what people pick out throughout the day, and what we apply to our meaning of this music video. I am just there. It was a lot, and not in a bad way. Like it has a lot of big thinking going on, and I am just ending with the no more dream to just say dream. Like it's so good. I need to think about the whole message overall. I think they really are delivering their entire thought process here, and I need time to take the pieces apart and kind of reflect on it. Hey everybody, I wanted to add this in as an insert because now I've been sitting, like streaming the video and stuff when I could at work and stuff like that all day. And I just want to get some of my thoughts now that I've got to sit with, the video longer and just talk about some things. It's not going to be as, in depth as my, music video breakdowns are. But I am going to point out, like, basically it would be like my starting point if I were to make one of those videos on this. This is me just like getting out my web of ideas that I have. I just want to put this here because I didn't really like have much to say during the video because I was just so overwhelmed and like just watching it. So I want to get some of this out before I start digging through other theories and things and, trying to piece more together. And, comment what you guys are thinking down below. Like, I want to hear it. I want to talk about it. I am really excited about this comeback and I am just enjoying it so much. But my interpretation of On, the prevailing thing in my mind is that, for the most part, it has to do with hope. And not just J-hope, but hope and, perseverance and, overcoming. So, I have notes down here, so if I'm like looking down, it's because I'm trying to make myself stay on track. I know, like, watching the video, because I did it while I was watching it, I just didn't say them all out loud. My knee-jerk reaction, and I think a lot of people's knee-jerk reaction, was like all the references that you could possibly pick out of this MV. And I think that's cool because it's much easier to shift your perspective and think about things in that way. I saw a lot of people saying things like, oh, Maze Runner, Lion King, Hunger Games, like all kinds of stuff, Bird Box, whatever it might have been. There's a whole list of things and, kind of references people, depending on what you've seen and, know about, you would kind of go towards, like whatever you might lean towards. And I see why that is like the knee-jerk reaction. Like I see it too, but also I caution myself to like not like stay there, because as fun as it is to be like, oh, this is a crossover and this and this, I don't want to stay there, because ultimately, you know, the core theme of most of that stuff is hope and perseverance and all of that. And I want to focus on, I think, the message more than it is I want to mash up like my favorite things together. Not that that's what everyone's doing. It's just, if I like sit in that, I will get stuck in there and I will just think about it way too much. So I see why it triggers all those kinds of different reactions from people. And you know, the biggest reason, not like the biggest reason that happens is because of monomyth or the hero's journey. So like that's why, because it's such a common story. It's a common, you know, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a common storytelling device. I don't know like I don't know how else to explain it right now. Maybe I'll put some down in the comments about what I'm talking about, but it's just very, everything that is being done has a vein of hero's journey in it, and that's why it's so easily identifiable. That's why there's so many things that come out that seem similar. That's why, you know, they're able to pull from so many things and have, you know, concepts stretch so far, and it's just, it's really cool. In the MV, it's like we're following Jungkook, like his struggle, his, you know, his character in this MV is definitely on like a different plane of existence or something from all the other members of BTS. And it's like he's in his own struggle. He's going through it, whatever, you know. Okay, Kenai. He's going through some kind of troubles. It's just in general. Like, I'm just generally spitballing things out there. He's going through struggles, but his symbol, I guess, for like the world Jin and everyone else are in is the bird, is all I can think of. So like at the beginning of the MV, the bird is skewered. Like the bird is dead. And Jin is picking it up and taking it to his, I call it the time travel zone. Like he's going to his zone. Because there's so many cages still there, and you know, it's like a signal of all the attempts to overcome and like maybe falling short, and you know, you're doing it all over again. That's when I start thinking about things like the maze imagery and stuff, where you're following paths and you just go and you hit a dead end, you have to start over, you keep running, keep going through, trying to find the end, trying to find, you know, freedom. And so like I get those kind of, that kind of symbolism all mixed together and layered, and I'm amazed by that. And I think it's so powerful, not even in just like that sense, but also when I think about it and think about struggles I've been through and think about just life in general. It's just kind of like, oh, you know, like most of us, just as people, like regular day-to-day thing, we tend to replay like our worst moments and, you know, our roughest feelings kind of again and again in our head sometimes. And I personally think that that's because we're trying to find a way to harness, you know, the power of that emotion, the power of what happened in, you know, that situation in a way that makes us feel stronger. Like we're trying to redirect everything we felt and process it and work through it in a way that, you know, we live and learn, instead of, you know, feeling like we're being ripped apart and our sky is falling down kind of thing. So like, you know, that's how I pull the lyrics in, I pull, you know, the whole situational thing that's going on into the MV in there. And I have another note down here. Yeah, it reminded me of a quote, as like the longer I sat with it and I was like looking up bird imagery and stuff and like symbolism and things like that. And actually I ran across the quote from Dimian that they had used before, like in, you know, Blood, Sweat, and Tears and all that kind of stuff. And I just think, like, wow, it's amazing that their concepts stretch so far. Like, even if it's not the main thing that they're still talking about or doing, like, the reach and the way that they can layer and the way it all, just a lot of main themes of art and stuff. It all, we all have similar things that we are thinking about and working towards and, working on, whether the perspective might change and things like that are different, but there's still a lot of common questions that we all ask, no matter where you're from or who you are. And I think that's so cool. And then these other things I have here are not as thought out as above, like me talking about everything up till now, but I was thinking Little Drummer Boy for like Jimin scenes when he's with the boy over there and they've got all the drums. I was thinking about Tae in the cross pose, which I spoke about in my shadow breakdown for Yoongi's song and the interlude. And I feel vindicated for thinking that way because there is so much religious imagery in this MV, and I don't know, it feels like, yes, me, you got something, you're thinking about something, things are coming together. But where Tae is like laying down, it's another cross pose, but it's almost like, we didn't get a clear look of the backing behind him, but I'd say it's like an altar of like nature and art and music, because it's got like guitars over there and like flowers and sticks and how they built up that spot, and it's just like on the altar of music. They're constantly sacrificing themselves again and again in their story and what it is that the stories that they want to tell, and it's just like I feel that, like I get that. And then you get into like straight up religious imagery, to me is how I read it, where you have things like Noah's Ark, where you have like the thorns on Jungkook's wrist is very like Passion of Christ, kind of suffering constantly, like just going through for the sake, like an artist is in a really, especially like the type of art that they do, like the music and being a personality that people have access to. There's something interesting about being an artist in that way, because if you think of the story of Jesus Christ and things like that, where his purpose that he is living up to is sacrificing himself for the forgiveness of everyone else. He is here to suffer and do what he needs to do for coverage of everyone's sins and things like that. I think that there is an element of that to being an artist. When you are so like vulnerably displaying yourself and kind of going through the drawbacks of being really popular and being in the limelight and things like that, they are constantly sacrificing themselves and sacrificing rights that they would otherwise have and should still have, like their privacy and things like that, where you kind of just suffer in silence, put on a good face and get through it, and that they would feel that they can handle that part of the job and that they commit to it again and again and again, just because they know that they're saving so many of us and touching so many of us with their, concepts and just positivity overall. Like, that's really powerful storytelling and really powerful imagery. So, like, I feel that. Sorry, my camera cut. I was saying that I was thinking of the Wall of Jericho, like when the wall's open. I know all of us are being like Attack on Titan and things like that. Yeah, I thought of that too. It also made me think of how like that wall opens here, how Jungkook also opens the Chamber of Secrets in Fake Love. So I thought about that again, in that being kind of like a recurring theme in general that was happening. And then, when we get to like Pride Rock and Lion King and all that stuff, it was very much like the promised land to me. And, the releasing of the birds, how like in Noah's Ark and stuff, I believe the bird is the one that signifies that everything is safe and like it's okay. That's Jin sending Jungkook out into the great beyond to survey and feel safe, and, you know, he comes through and, you know, joins everyone and runs towards that promised land with everybody else. So I just think it's really cool. We got the conch, which has been imagery forever. I believe when I was looking into things about the conch, that is actually the most ancient like instrument known to man. Like, it's always been used in that way. It's used as like a signal of victory. It's used, you know, depicted in many different scenarios, whether people are angry and like going to war or whether they're happy. So that imagery is really cool. I saw a lot of SpongeBob memes that had to do with that. But also I picked out like blindness and stuff, and I believe I thought briefly about blindness and being the story about the man in the Bible who was blind and then gets his sight back. I don't know that story as well, so I can't really say, but those are things that have been going through my head, and I want to hear what you guys have going on in yours as you spend more and more time with it. It's like there's so many things it could be. It doesn't have to be any specific thing, you know. It could just be a compilation of all the movies they watched while they were on all those planes. But we know it can't be that simple. So, excuse me. I am floored, I am awed, I am excited, and just happy to do this. It's been our 24 hours. I don't know whether to say congratulations or what, but honestly, I just feel like so happy to be part of ARMY, so happy to do this, so happy to like react for you guys and talk about this stuff with you guys, and just, it's a win for me. Like, I'm just really excited. You know, goals and things in mind, just as they've said many times before, goals are fun and goals might keep you on a path and things like that, but they really value their purpose and, you know, what it all leads to and what it means to us and things like that. So that is my story, and I'm sticking to it. Once again, let me know what you guys are thinking down below. I really want to know. The giveaway is coming to an end soon. I don't know what time of day I'm putting this up, so I don't feel comfortable telling you like any set number of hours, but go to my Twitter, check my pinned tweet, or go to my giveaway video if it's like suggested on the side or something, and just check and see if it's still going if you haven't had a chance to enter for the albums or haven't had a chance to enter for a ticket to the Chicago show. So check those out. And if you like what I do on this channel, please like, please comment, please subscribe, please share it with a friend, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.